Yes, yes, yes. Don't adjust your screens. We are live once again. Post Game Live is live in full effect. NBA Finals Edition. We are here, ready to go in a stunning fashion. I can't believe we're even. This is not the plan for the show that I had. Not what I thought I was going to be talking about for the next hour or so. But this is why they play the games. It's a 48-minute game, not 47 minutes and 58 seconds. It's a 48-minute game. So we are here live, post game live. I'm your host, Big Mike, running the 3-man weave tonight. Let's bring in my man Anthony here doing the Halliburton.
Oh, sorry, I was just allergies. But how you guys doing? How are we
Crazy.
doing tonight? Another night, another team choking. It's good to see another team deal with it and not us.
It's crazy. I felt it. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. Breezy is also here.
We have a series, boys. I called OKC in 6, but I wouldn't mind if Indiana was if somehow snatched out a win of the whole series and became the champions, just to shut Dylan the hell up. It's raining here in
Did
New
you
York.
mention Dylan? Because
Yep, there
there
we
he
go.
is. There he is.
I was hoping he was watching. It's raining here in upstate New York, and
Canada.
that's just the tears of OKC and Dylan. It's just the tears.
I didn't even get a chance to comment because everything happened so fast. But I was low key 1000% with you, James, in the chat. Anthony, Dylan was talking crazy in the chat. guys, Dylan was talking crazy about Indiana in the chat.
Yep.
And Anthony, to his credit, was like, hey, still here. And
you shut the hell up, Dylan. You can't say anything when you're not here. Just like you say to Anthony when he skips the first game live, he can't say anything. You can't speak, sir. You're not here.
Get on your smartphone, man.
Oh, is Dylan T severe?
I mean, we never thought about that. That could be the switch. That could be it. It could actually have been
Wait,
Dylan
is
the whole
Roz
time.
T severe?
Nah.
No way. It's no way.
How is Alter you gonna show up but not him? That wouldn't make any
not
sense.
being Anthony's lexicon. That might be Roz, bro.
Damn.
I don't think it's Roz.
You have some inside information, Anthony? Do you want to tell us who this is? It's
I
you.
just don't know.
It's you. That's why.
Nah, I ain't that tech savvy.
We thought that was Tony Severe.
That's still who I think it is.
What's Dylan's middle name?
I don't know what Dylan's middle name is.
Anthony, you know it?
I think it's Robert.
Robert.
I would love for Anthony to know Dylan's middle name.
Robert.
I believe it's Robert. Yeah, that's how I know Dylan's not T severe because he does not have an affinity for snow at all.
Dylan, that lady of the earth would have never guessed Robert as your middle Dylan has the most one of a kind name.
Like
Dylan Robert Barretto.
That is a name right there, boy. One of a kind, like Rob Van Dam.
Oh man. But recap the game, Mike.
Yeah, I mean, you see it. You see it on the scroll. Pacers win 111 to 110. Halliburton does it again.
Yep.
I
He
thought
did it to the Knicks.
Dylan was talking crazy, and James threw the nugget in just before it all went to hell. And Dylan, I low key want Indy to win just so Dylan could shut the hell up. I'm paraphrasing, but that's what James
Yep.
said. That's what James said. And before you knew it, he was right. Indiana won, and you know what?
Dylan got to shut the hell up.
Yeah, it is kind of funny. It is kind of funny because Dylan's nonchalant attitude in our pre-production meeting was hilarious. I don't care. It's one game. Whatever.
It's Robert Dow.
Yeah, I know. That is now Dylan's name forever. Dylan Roberto Barreto.
Roberto Barreto. Even that name, Dylan, is still outrageous. Crazy. Dylan James, what the hell?
Insane.
What the hell? What the helly?
This is starting to turn into a trend. I mean, I said this. I don't know. The playoffs have been going on for like seemingly forever now. But I said one thing about Halliburton: he's clutch. There's no doubt about it. You can't argue it. You can't dispute. He wants the big shot. He takes the big shot and he makes it. And he's one of the snipers in the game. And if you let him get in these situations, he's gonna hurt your feelings. It's just how we got here. That's just unbelievable.
They've had an insane comeback in every single series.
OKC was dominating this game. Just dominating it. SGA's going crazy. The Pacers turned the ball over 25 times to the Thunder's 7. And it just felt like everything was going their way. And until it wasn't. I think, did they have missed free throws in the fourth? Let me
You talking Indy?
OKC. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Oh.
Me and Dylan disagree about the collapse and why the Pacers were even in this situation, as Dylan kind of was, I don't want to say blaming SGA, but he definitely said he choked in the last few minutes.
Choke is a strong word.
That's a stat right there. That's a stat. 5-3 when trailing by 15 or more is crazy. In the playoffs is insane. SGA missed the shot with 11 seconds to go. J-Dub missed a shot. SGA got blocked. Lou Dort missed a 3. J-Dub missed a shot. Lou Dort with a lane violation, which that lane violation turns out to be one of the sneaky biggest plays of the game because it gave Siakam another free throw.
It's game one with the Knicks all over again.
It is, because I don't understand how they won this game. Because I don't know how they beat the Knicks in game one. They shouldn't have won that game.
It's the same thing. And Rick Carlisle, not Rick Carlisle, who's the coach of OKC again?
I forgot his name.
No, his name is it's tricky to pronounce.
But it's coaching at the end of the day too. They should have called timeout. That's the same situation with us. We should have called timeout to stop the run. We did not. We put all of our trust into our offense to score or to get a stop, and we didn't either. And it's the same thing for the OKC Thunder. They didn't get a stop, and they didn't score, and they didn't call timeout.
Anthony, do you want to recap the game before I be petty?
I'll say this. I don't think Oklahoma City dominated this game. I think they were in control of the game for most of the time. But when you watch the game, Indy didn't play that bad on defense. You know, they still kind of kept the game around 10 points in that
10,
area.
11
It was 15.
Well,
Yeah, 10, 11 points. Because I was like, OKC's not really putting their foot on their necks. And it's not just because they're missing shots. Indy's wasn't playing that bad on defense either. They were kind of like, they're getting some key stops. They weren't letting OKC just put their foot on their neck. And I was like, OKC, they're kind of leaving that door open for the Pacers. And so this comeback is not as shocking to me as like the one that happened to us in game one. Like, in my opinion, personally. Like, our game one, we absolutely should have won that. When you look at the circumstances, our lead, and how much time was left, like, this one, I'm not as shocked.
The Knicks took their foot off the gas for sure. We were up 15, but then at one point in time we was up by like 21, and then we allowed
Nembhard turned into 2016 Curry.
Yeah, I mean, this game is like in today's media world, we have so many talking heads, and this was like very kind of like of a gotcha moment. Like, there's a lot of people on this pod that hates gotcha moments, but this was definitely a gotcha moment for the media that have been all claiming that this is going to be a boring series. Indiana is in over their head. It's going to be a sweep. Oh, I saw a post today that OKC and Indy are look, I mean, y'all had a 99% chance to win it. Shut the hell up. You gotta shut up. Sorry. You gotta shut up. But all the talking heads were like, I saw a post today that was like, OKC and Indiana have very similar teams, but everything that Indiana has, OKC just has a little bit better than Indiana. Like, I just saw so many posts that were saying basically the same thing, that Indiana doesn't have a chance. I think they have a chance to win at least 2. But if they was to win, I mean, they're here for a reason. So,
I mean, you just literally explained why I'm happy the Pacers won game one. Like, it's not even about like trying to prove anything to anybody or anything like that. It's just to solidify that this is going to be a series. That's why I'm happy the Pacers won game one, because a lot of the energy was just like, it's just going to be a cakewalk for OKC. Just give them the title now. You know, every analyst had them at least in 5. Half of them were like sweeps. So it's like, I'm happy that this game showed me that, okay, Indiana's going to compete. Probably still not going to win, but they're going to make this a series. And like you said, if Indiana won this series, after what happened tonight, I'm not going to be shocked, because this is not no fluke win. They've been doing this all postseason. Like, all postseason, they've been doing this. Coming from behind. What also makes Indiana so dangerous, they have so many people who can knock down threes. Like, damn near everybody in that team can knock down threes. Nembhard hit a huge three. Obi Toppin had a good game too as well. He started off a little rough, but he was hitting some really good, really important shots. I think he hit like 5 or 6 3-pointers today. So he played a good game too as well.
I thought he had a bucket midway through the 4th that kind of sparked their run. I think he got an one or something like that. And I felt like they picked up after it.
Mm-hmm. Miles Turner, his 3 off the backboard, that was really crucial right there. Again, when it was time to turn it up, they just collectively did it. They made all the shots they needed to make.
2 things can be true. I want Indiana to lose, and I was thoroughly enjoying them losing every second of this game. Is making me very happy. But I'm also very happy that you were wrong, Dylan. It makes me very happy that you're eating that plate of crow tonight. So it's both
Mike wants that sneaky.
two things.
I just want to see a good finals. That's all. I want to see a good finals. I don't want to see a gentleman's sweep. I just want to see a good finals. That's all.
I still think this is going to
Yes,
be.
and that's my response.
I still
That is
think
my response, Dylan.
But let me just point out and pull the curtain back to our pre-production meeting where Dylan was getting on SGA for blowing this game and said he went 2 for 6 in the last 3 minutes or so. That is incorrect. We'll go for the last 4 minutes. 4-1 mark. SGA makes a layup, gives them a 6-point lead. SGA then gets fouled, makes 2 free throws, makes it an 8-point lead. Then Carson Wallace gets fouled. Carson Wallace. Then the Siakam weird ass play with the lane violation happens. SGA gets fouled, makes 2 more free throws. 9-point game with 2:52 to go. From that point on, this is what OKC did. J-Dub missed a 3. Neesmith hit a 3. J-Dub missed a 3. Nembhard made a 3. Lou Dort missed a 3. Shea hit a basket. Nembhard got fouled and made 2 free throws. Siakam blocked SGA at the rim. And then Siakam made that shot under the basket. J-Dub missed again. Thunder got the ball. And then SGA missed that last fadeaway shot. And then Halliburton scored. You tell me how SGA blew this game. Because it sounds like
He's the leader.
J-Dub blew this game. That's what it sounds like to me. That's what it
Sounds like Jada didn't show up. That's what it sounds like.
like. I am not gonna sit here and shit. I mean, listen, that block that Siakam got was that was a good play. But I wouldn't what's up, Eric? I like I said, I think J-Dub is really the culprit in this game, but it is what it is. It is what it
I mean,
is.
if we're gonna be honest, Holmgren didn't do shit either. He was worse than J-Dub.
He did well. He was, and see now this is where coaching. You was talking about Carlisle. The Pacers went small, and the Thunder went small to match it. I was surprised that they had Holmgren and Hark out the game. They effectively took Miles Turner out the game until he caught a little burner there in the fourth. And then they went small. If Holmgren or Hartenstein's in that game, like I don't know, these rebounding. What were we screaming about with the Knicks? As soon as Mitch comes out the game, the Pacers start getting offensive rebounds out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. As soon as you take your bigs out the game, now Indiana can get offensive rebounds to start running like they want to.
Dylan, why does that matter? He still scored 3 points from the line and 4 points from the field. So he scored 7 points within that 3.3 minute time period that you're speaking about. Like, what the hell?
Now it's 6 minutes. He went 2 for 6 in the last 6 minutes. I said you were wrong because you blamed SGA for the loss. That's where I believe you're wrong. And you are wrong. But yeah, so I did think the Pacers had an advantage coaching coming into the series because Rick Carlisle's a good coach. Me and James were saying this before last. James was saying that as soon as the Knicks and Pacers got matched up, that James did not like he did not like Carlisle versus Tibbs. James did not like that matchup 2 weeks ago, and I agree.
Why is that, James?
Because Carlisle is a very good coach, and he's a winning coach. He's won it before with a different team, obviously, but he's won it before. Tibbs has never won it on his own discretion. He's always won as an assistant. He doesn't make the necessary adjustments. He dies on his shield with what he game plan half-assedly at that. He game plans half-assedly. And when the game starts to change, he doesn't make adjustments. He just keeps it going. I didn't like the matchup because Carlisle, he is innovative when it comes to the pace of the game. He changes things up as he sees.
Yeah, and again, just a quick pivot. With all these people getting so mad about Tibbs being fired and look at what he did and all this other stuff. I'm like, yeah, I get what he did, but people aren't focusing on what he was supposed to do, what his expectations were at the end of the day. I said it in the chat a couple of days, the day he got fired. Had we lost to a healthy Cleveland or Boston team, I think
he still has his
Dolan would have, I think he still has his job. But the way the playoffs unfolded with us beating Boston and then Indy taking care of Cleveland, and then he looks at the matchup like, oh, Indiana, and we have home court? Shit. Our ticket to the finals is looking very real. And then what happens? We get thoroughly fucking outcoached. Literally, just that series, we find out that, hey, we could actually play our bench players. And it's just not a good look as a coach that you were so stubborn, so stuck in your ways, and now you're literally being forced. Because again, if Brunson and Cat didn't go into foul trouble, do you think we would have seen those players?
No, they wouldn't have.
Probably not.
But to play devil's advocate, if Cat and OG make free throws, it's a whole different series. Tibbs,
yeah, but it shouldn't even got to that.
Tibbs can't make
it. You can't have Nem, but you can't have Nembhard shoot. He went 7 of 8 in a minute or I was 2 or 3 minutes. He went 7 of 8 from 3. You can't. That's a defensive issue right there, man. That's a coaching issue. You can't just let somebody just shoot lights out like that.
My thing is, it's a playoff series. These teams see you as many times as possible. First to 4 wins in a game, a 7 series, right? Teams are gonna make adjustments. When he played his bench in what was that, game 3?
Mm-hmm.
When he played his bench in game 3, Rick Carlisle was not expecting that because he doesn't do that. Tibbs doesn't do that, so that caught him by surprise. But my thing is, going into this series, you should have thought, all right, listen, I can't. This is the conference finals. Even if we was to win this series, going into the finals, I can't continue throwing out the same game plan every night. We're gonna have to mix these things up, and this is what you coach throughout the season. There are going to be games where you're just supposed to play your bench players to get rotations out there to figure out what works at the end of the day. So when the time comes, you go, all right, they caught on to the Brunson and Pray. All right, let's throw this out there because we tried this early on in this series. We played this team early on in the series 3 or 4 times already. What worked against them? Let's try this and stuff like that. But he's supposed to make those adjustments, man. They didn't. He didn't. But also, I mean, it's a twofold. It's a twofold because you can a look at it that way and blame Tibbs for that, but you can also blame the players not doing what they're supposed to do. You can blame the stars not being stars and doing what they're supposed to do at the same time. And the other we is a third way you can look at it is that, like I said before, I just feel like coaches in today's NBA also don't have as long as a leash as they did earlier years. What's going on, cuz? We don't. The coaches don't have the same type of leash as they did in earlier years. Coaches, they have a 5-year window. If they're progressing and being consistently better each year, and if they don't win it all within that 5-year span, they're gone.
I mean, even if you win it, Mike Malone just won the title 2 years ago.
But they lost after that. It doesn't buy you another 5 years. You have to win it again. And if you were already on the verge of being canned, if you don't win it the next year, you can. We saw it with
Well,
Bud.
that's
We saw
Coach
it with
Bud.
Mike Malone.
I don't think
No.
Mike Malone was on the verge of being fired, but who knows? Who knows? That
We
Denver
saw it
situation
earlier.
is still weird.
We saw it with them also saying that he was giving special treatment to Russ, him not holding players accountable. The writer was on the wall if they didn't win that series.
But all of that we found out after he got fired.
Nah, we found that out during the series.
No, after he was fired. When Mike Malone got fired, that was shocking. Like no one saw that coming.
No. So there was the post game interview with Russell Westbrook with them mentioning about the meeting that they had during practice about Mike Malone and how he was treating players, and Russell Westbrook decided not to comment on it. So it was already rumbles about the treatment that was going on in the locker room and during practices before he got fired.
Did you think he was going to get fired?
Did I think he was going to get fired? I mean, I said the writings were on the wall because they were already showing frustrations with him, is what I'm saying. And it had already been what? That was 2 years since he won, or 1 year? 1 year?
1 year. This was the second playoff since they won.
Yeah.
I was still stunning. Unsung heroes for the Pacers tonight. I mean,
Obi Toppin.
Obi Toppin hitting 5
Obi Toppin
is wild, especially the way he started the game, because he looked like a deer in headlights when this game started.
Yeah, he was turning the ball over left and right.
So shout out to Obi because he turned it up. Like I said, I Miles Turner kind of caught fire a little bit, hit a couple shots. Excuse me, in the fourth. But I would say Nembhard has to. He sparked the run. Like he sparked the run. He didn't quit.
He gets the game ball tonight.
Nope.
He didn't quit.
Yeah, I give him the game ball too.
Because again, it's one of those things. You look at the box score, Halliburton had 14, 10, and 6. If he doesn't hit that shot, we're killing him right now.
Yes, we are.
Because he had a bad game. Like Lou Dort had him in all kinds of hell all night. And to their credit, and to Halliburton's credit, the one time he didn't have Lou Dort guarding him, he put the dagger in there. He put the dagger in there. One time he didn't see Lou Dort, he said, "Time to boogie." Time to boogie. What's that? What's that dude's name that started? Carson Wallace. Come take this dance. Come take this dance. So shout out to Halliburton, but that also just I don't know. Like I'm gonna be very interested to see how the Thunder respond to this, but I'm still not worried because
Of your
OKC.
speaking.
Well, no, because OKC did everything they were supposed to do except close the game. They just didn't, like Anthony said, they just didn't quite run away from them. Every time it felt like they was going to run away, Indiana hit a shot and just kept it reasonable.
Yeah,
Kept it
kept it in that 10-12 range.
Just kept it just close because they were thoroughly outplayed tonight. But Indiana will play better, but I don't think OKC's defense is going anywhere. Like
J-Dub is definitely going to have a better game.
J-Dub has to play better. I don't think they're going to turn Indiana over as much. I don't think that will happen. That was very uncharacteristic of Indiana.
Yeah, Indiana's not going to have that many turnovers either.
But I think the Thunder will play better. Indiana will play better. And I mean, like, this is literally like the Knicks. So it's the same thing. OKC has to win. Like, OKC cannot let this team go up 2-0. It can't let this team go up 2-0. Because as we've been saying all playoffs, this is whether you want to take it positive or negative, this Indiana team is a front-running team. And if you let them get momentum and let them get out in front where things are, I don't want to say easy, but they're front runners. So if they can do that and get in front of you, they still, as we stand right now, have not trailed in a series yet in these playoffs.
That's crazy.
They haven't played I don't want to, because every playoff game is pressure, but like they haven't had like a must win kind of game. Like, I know that sounds crazy because obviously every game is a must win, and Game 6 of the Eastern
I know what you mean.
They had to win that Game 6 against the Knicks because they was going to be in trouble. But like, they've still been in front. Like, they've always been in front every playoff, every game so far. So OKC got to win this because you can't let this team get momentum.
I mean,
God.
even if OKC wins game 2, I mean, Indy still has momentum in my opinion because they have the home court now. You know, now it's up to OKC to ask themselves, can we go into their court? Can we go into their place and win now? The pressure's on them. It's just if they lose game 2, then yeah, the pressure's really on OKC then.
You wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't say the series is over though. I wouldn't say the series is over.
If Indiana won on Sunday, I wouldn't say it's over either because the Knicks almost did it. Like the Knicks almost forced a Game 7 on these dudes, and OKC's better than the Knicks. So no, it wouldn't surprise me if OKC is already an 11.5 point favorite for Game 2. Oof.
They're about to blow them out by 50.
That right there, Anthony, is what Dylan is talking about.
Yeah. The speaking
hard with that
because I said OKC in 5, so I had to lose one, and I said they had to win this game because if they lost game 1, like if OKC would have just finished and blew them out, I would have been sitting here saying, "Yeah, OKC's gonna sweep these dudes."
Yeah, I literally today when I was playing basketball with my 518 guys. Shout out to Steph, Reggie, Jesse, and all them. We was playing basketball, and the question got thrown out there: who wins tonight? And I was like, I don't know who wins tonight, but Indiana needs to win this night to make it a series at least. And he was like, what do you mean by that? I was like, the team that is the underdog that people doesn't believe they deserve to be there has to steal game 1 to set the tone. And it reminds me of that 2017 series, Cavs versus Golden State Warriors, where George Hill misses the free throw and J.R. Smith runs out the time. and then they ultimately end up losing that game because you can't tell me, Mike, you know what exactly I'm about to say. If they steal that game, they believe they could probably beat this team.
I believe that.
Yeah, but with them losing that game, it deflated everything. You couldn't even make a comeback in that series. That series was over. They won one more game at home, but that series was over after they lost that game.
Like we've been saying, I believe I still like Golden State was going to win that series. Golden
Yeah,
State,
They were gonna
Golden
win
State,
the series regardless,
Golden State was
but
going to win that
it
series.
puts
But
the doubt.
it makes it a whole lot different. That's what I'm saying. Like we're saying with the Knicks Pacers game one, that's a whole different series. If the Knicks win game one, it's a whole different
That
series.
game one doomed us. It doomed the entire series for us. That game one.
Because maybe Indiana's tight now. Like I said, we haven't seen them behind in a series, so maybe they're tight. Maybe they're forcing. You don't know. OKC's got to win on Sunday. If they don't, it's gonna be it's gonna be a real fun post game live on Sunday.
If they don't, you're gonna see all the media heads turn their back on them immediately, and I hate that. That's the way. That's the game today. I get it. When they're in media, they gotta talk about. They have the what is the word I'm looking for? Uh, they have the ability to switch sides immediately. Like whatever.
I mean, I think the media partially got Tibbs fired because they made it such. I mean, like obviously him not playing the bench is a big, but like they made it seem like that was the only reason Indiana won. And like Indiana's a good team. That the Knicks not using their bench players isn't the only reason Indiana won. And like I said, it was working fine in game one. There was no problem in game one when the Knicks was up 20. So like like Tibbs not playing the bench again didn't make Cat and OG miss free throws at the end of the game. Like
it kind of does because if he gives them more of a rest, because mental errors also come from fatigue. You know that.
Cat is making $50 million a year. He has to make those free throws.
Yo, I can't.
Whether he played 30 minutes, 40 minutes.
These people are still
talent,
beings, bro.
His talent dictates that he makes those free throws.
I understand that, but these people are still human beings. If they're out there playing 50 minutes nonstop against a team that runs nonstop, because Indiana is a high-paced team, we're a half-court team. These are two different dynamics of teams and how they play. So you playing a team that goes into overtime and what is it? They playing 50+ minutes, right? Fatigue sets in, bro. That happens. And then in every other game, when you're playing 30 to 40 minutes each game, high paced every game, and you're not getting the correct amount of rest, I'm not bailing anybody out. This is just how reality is, man. Forget the money. That's what it is.
I fully agree. I fully agree with that. So at the end of the day, again, that's another main reason why I'm not that sad about Tibbs leaving. At the end of the day, having fresh legs means a lot. The players are never going to admit it. They're going to say, "Oh, I ain't got a problem with it." Now, it is a factor. Exhaustion is a factor. It does affect your overall play. When you're able to get substantial amounts of rest, or at least just somewhat significant amount of rest per game, and you're able to come in and you're not just huffing and puffing left and right, especially against a fast-paced team like the Pacers, that matters. That affects your free throws, it affects your shots, like affects your defense. Especially 3-point defense, when you're constantly having to run to the perimeter to try and defend that three, and then you have to get back to the other side of the court. That's exhausting as hell, even for well-conditioned people.
All of that is true. All of that is true. Their talent dictates that they got to make that free throw. I didn't see Jalen Brunson missing free throws, and they was covering him full court. Why is
Well,
it that
my
they
point
was
of view-
able to overcome the fatigue, but OG and Cat can't?
Well, my thing is, in that scenario, game one, I'm looking at it more so from a standpoint of had we had a solid rotation of players like we should have during the middle of the season, and had we implemented that in game one, I don't think the Pacers make that run. I don't think the Pacers come back with all those threes. I think we would have, at that point, we would have been a much better perimeter defense team. At that point, with the rotations we should have established by that point. So I don't think it wouldn't have even got to that, personally. But as far as making your free throws, I don't think fatigue is that much of a factor as it pertains to making a free throw. I still think it does matter, but I wouldn't say it matters as much. So I mean, I'm not going to excuse him for missing a free throw. I mean, and personally for me in game one, I give Cat more leeway than OG only because Cat did have a really good game. So I forgave him a little more for missing that free throw. OG not so much. Yes, I mean, we were a free throw away.
Oh, shit, I thought you was gonna.
I don't know, man. It's a bunch of factors. We lost, and that's what matters at the end of the day. But I mean, the adjustments weren't they just weren't made, bro. Mike, you can't sit here and tell me that Tibbs waits entirely too long to process what's happening in front of him.
No, I think he processes it pretty quickly. I think he's stubborn.
You think? So what does that mean? So what does it matter?
I think he processes it. I think he's just stubborn, and he thinks that his way is going to work, and that's a detriment.
Yeah,
that's why he's gone. That's also why he's gone.
Like he I get that he has trust and stuff like that, but like if you see a guy, hear me out. If you see a guy hit 4 threes in a row, it would probably warrant you to say, "All right, time out, guys. Let's read game plan here. Let's reconvene, find out what we can do here, get to the line or something." Nah, played out 6 threes in a row.
He should have called a timeout and kind of gathered it. I mean, Indiana also did that very fast, but you're right. He should have called a timeout after like the second or third one and like, all right, guys, stop. Like anybody but him. But again, like I said, it's a fine line because he did make those threes. Like he made them. That move he did on Josh Hart when Josh slipped. Yeah, that's a good move.
Slipperiest shoes in the world in the fourth quarter in the last
it's Josh Hart had a horrible series. Oh.
I actually thought he played well in game 5 and game 6. I did not think he played well in the first 4. He did not play well in the first 4. But I thought 5 and 6 he actually did play better. I didn't think he played awful in game 6. He had a couple bad turnovers, but I didn't think he played bad at all. I think he had another double-double. But it is what it is. It is what it is. I don't think this Pacers team is going to win this title still. I mean, Tibbs does that. Tibbs does
the fucking begrudging mumble on the sideline. the befuddled look on his face with anger while he mumbles a bunch of shit on the sideline instead of making an adjustment.
So before we get out of here, do you guys want to throw out any who you think? Excuse me, who you think is going to be the new coach? Who you want to be the new coach?
Of the Knicks?
Yes.
I have no idea, man. I thought the reason they were firing Tibbs was because they already had an inclement idea it was going to be Mike Malone, but apparently that's not necessarily the case. You see all these like plus and minuses on a bunch of guys I've never heard of before, or to be in the stop it, Dylan, please stop it. To be in the running to be head coach, and I'm just like, who is Johnny Wright? And I didn't know Hurley was Bryant. Tells you how much I know about him. And I didn't even know Hurley was looking to leave college basketball. So like,
I don't think he was until a couple days ago.
Nah, I mean, who else? No. The Lakers were trying to get him too.
The Lakers, he used the Lakers to shake down UConn to get a lot of money out of UConn.
Yeah. So like, I see a lot of plus minuses on names I didn't think would be there. See a lot of plus minuses on guys I didn't think were trying to be there, and a lot of plus minuses on guys I've never heard of. And then you got Mike Malone in there, like sprinkled in there somewhere. So I have no idea who's going to be the guy. So
who would you hire?
Who would I hire? I would hire Mike Malone. He's won it before. He's unlocked players to be good and stuff like that. I feel like he can help Cat get to the next step offensively and try to work on his defense. But
he plays the bench.
We'll see. Yeah, he plays his rotations and stuff like that. He's gonna want a better rotation than what we have. He's gonna fight for that. So who knows?
He's gonna design plays for players.
Who knows? Or his style of play may not work for Brunson because he's such a ball dominant guard, and I don't know. Don't know.
I think Mike Malone. I've been saying this since the day Mike Malone got fired. Since the day he got fired, Mike Malone's got to be the coach of the Knicks. He's the one. He's the guy. He's the guy. I wouldn't be mad at Johnny Bryant. I just don't know how I feel about.
He's an assistant of ours, right?
He was the lead assistant, and then he went to Cleveland to be their lead assistant. So he knows the players, he knows the team. He's Tibbs with an offensive mindset.
That's what they're saying. That's the spreadsheet on him.
Yeah, like he's gonna want them to play defense, but he's an offensive because obviously he's gonna have a defensive mind being under Tibbs, but he will value he was drawing up plays for the Knicks during timeouts, so I wouldn't be thrilled, but I would take it. I just don't like him in a win now situation because he's a rookie coach and he has to. But JJ Redick did good until he didn't.
Yeah, but we're trying to win a championship here. We need a veteran coach.
I wouldn't be mad at Sam Cassell because I think Sam Cassell is going to be a good coach because he's been an assistant coach for a long time and he has a high basketball IQ. So I don't think Sam would be bad as a coach. Jay Wright doesn't. Dan Hurley and Jay Wright don't really do it for me, but you know, I don't want Mike Brown anywhere near my team as a head coach. I want Mike Brown. But listen, Mike Brown as an assistant coach, I'll take that. I'll get him on the staff. He just can't lead the ship. Just can't lead the ship.
He did have experience with the Spurs and as an assistant.
That's also low hanging fruit, Dylan, because you know I hate Steve Kerr. Low hanging fruit.
Oh,
what? Oh, is that another stat on ESPN that LeBron James leads?
look at the comment you just
made.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Lakers stinking. God damn, where the hell did that come from?
We've clearly reached after dark. Clearly reached after dark.
Here we go, Anthony.
My boy minus Enoch.
Black the chat.
My man Blackheart still hurt, man. Get over it, man.
Gracious.
The beef between Blackheart and Anthony.
It continues, and they still are never in the same place at the same time.
Yep.
Funny enough, I'm playing 2K right now, and I'm playing with the Celtics.
Oh,
shaking my head.
Fraud.
Going off with Tatum right now, by the way. Too bad Blackheart won't be able to see that next year. Sucky.
What?
Why don't you get on here?
Wait, what?
I think he meant Cancun.
No, I'm not saying what to Blackheart. What did you say, Anthony?
I said it sucks to suck.
Yeah,
I don't know what you was thinking. Get your mind out the gutter.
I heard what you said.
Dylan, I didn't say nothing. Get your mind out the gutter.
I think Dylan also heard what I heard because what?
Well, we'll never know because Dylan doesn't want to get on the pod.
Thank you, Dylan, because I know what I heard. I know what I heard. Like, I'm glad that the chat is here.
I missed it.
What? Just again, what? What is going on here? My goodness.
Man.
Adoptive brother. That's almost got the button. Blackheart almost got the
I'm gonna take Blackheart from the chat.
Why?
I do have the right to put him in. Oh, I see it right here. I could put Blackheart right in time.
We have definitely reached after hours. I can tell you that because
all we need is Chang to enter the chat with Dylan here.
I bet you Dylan figure out how to get in here then.
Yep.
His computer imagine you start working then.
I gotta get on this action.
Donde es Chang?
That means where is Chang?
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, that's what he's saying. Time out.
He said, what is this, a daycare?
What are our predictions for game 2? Our official predictions for game 2.
OKC wins. They better not lose, but I think OKC wins.
Yes, Dylan. Yes.
Dylan needs to use Duolingo. His Spanish seems a little shaky.
Nah, OKC's gonna win. They'll bounce back.
Do they cover the 11.5?
Yeah.
James, do they cover the 11.5?
Yeah, I think they smoke Indiana in the game too, just to prove a point.
A box of charcoal. I mean, listen, I'm out here.
How long has this pod been created for, Mike?
We're going on 3 years,
3 years.
maybe 4, 3.
3 years.
You are wrong, Dylan, because
That's been longer than that.
Duolingo and Rosetta Stone since before I moved to Albany.
It's been much longer than 3 years.
James just holds on to Rosetta Stone and did that for one summer, like
Rosetta
10 years,
Stone.
10 years ago, and he just will never let it go.
Nope.
Never let it go. I don't know
where the library is. That's just caught on what you said.
Thank you, Blackheart. 3.5 years. There you go. There's your answer. 3.5 years.
Oh, whatever.
3.5 years. But, yeah.
I think they spank Indiana game 2.
I also think they're going to cover. I think they're going to cover the 11.5 too, actually.
Miguel.
It's Miguel.
So OKC goes down 2-0. Do you still think they win the series?
What's that?
If OKC goes down 2-0, do you still have them winning the series?
That will be tough. I mean, it's doable, but there's going to be a million statisticals out there that says a team that has lost their first 2 home games are 0 and such and such.
Like us.
They're going to say all those numbers, so like I think it's going to be very tough for OKC to come back from that because Indiana is going to be absolutely a madhouse if they do win 2-0, being that they've never won it. What? Indiana's going to be insane.
Pacers in 6.
Blackheart is the Pacers.
Blackheart smoking.
Wow.
Smoking something.
Okay. You say that now.
If the Pacers won this series, it'd be in 7. I can't see them winning in 6.
There's 2 things happening right now. There's a lane for Dylan to be absolutely wrong, and I'd be happy. And there's a lane for Mike to not win his speakeasy.
I was never. Here's the spoiler: I was never gonna win it because.
Oh God! Why is it, Mike?
Because
please complain to us for the umpteenth time again as to why you were never gonna win it.
Because you love hashtags. That's why.
Oh God!
Because you love a good old hashtag. throw a hashtag on it. Hey, you
and Dylan be killing me with y'all whining ass motherfuckers, man.
You throw a hashtag on it. You got Anthony's
Hey man, yeah, it's better.
James unlocked the formula. James unlocked the formula.
Just means you guys got to be better. That's all that means.
James,
it's like I can't. It's just endless whining. Whatever happened to just do better?
Yeah.
Whatever happened to that?
Yeah, Dylan.
Just be better.
Dylan, next time pick the championship before preseason, all right?
So are you gonna keep that standard if OKC wins the title? Since I picked them in the preseason?
Yeah, it gotta get voted,
It's terrible.
It's gotta get voted on.
It's crazy. The collusion is crazy.
I mean, I might vote it. It was pretty good, but I can't speak for everybody else. I can't speak for everyone else.
The collusion
Look,
is crazy. It's crazy, Dylan. Collusion's
Dylan will
crazy.
boycott the speakeasy if you win and he didn't win last year.
I think Dylan is rooting for me for justice, because if we both do it and both do, like, it's crazy. I mean, we didn't just let Joey Badass down. We let Fat Joe down, Bus a Bus, Joe Button, 50, Ben Stiller,
Tracy Morgan,
Tracy Morgan,
Chalamet.
the lady from Law and Order. We let them all down. Let them all down.
Said the lady from Law and Order. I'm weak.
Unfortunately, I don't know her real name. I don't know.
I think it's Mariska Hargitay, something like that.
I maybe you could be right.
Kendall Jenner.
Kendall. She had to come to Indiana. The Knicks were undefeated.
That was Kylie.
Kylie. The Knicks were undefeated with Kylie in the building at the Garden.
She
Timothy
sure know how to pick them, don't she?
Timothy. I tell you what. I mean, I don't know that man, so I can't say it, but it sure don't seem like she got a type. Because
she does.
What is her type?
Nah, she don't. She ain't got a type.
The type is hot
Money?
right now.
The
type is hot right now. Do you know who Timothy Chalamet is?
Yes.
I have no idea. I have no idea who that is.
He's one of the biggest actors in the world. Like, I mean,
really? What movies has he been in?
He's big. He's big time. Let me
like what movies though?
Let me pull up his resume. Because I don't know if you know his movies, but I mean, he's won an Oscar, right?
Timothy Chalamet is from Willy Wonka.
Nomination. Third youngest.
Oh, he's from Dune. Yeah, Dune.
Yeah, Dune.
Oh, Dune. Oh, okay. All right. Okay,
yeah,
I see what you're talking about.
He's the star actor in Dune 1, Dune 2, Willy Wonka.
Dude, those movies are huge.
Oh, he's doing the
Inside the NBA.
No. He's doing the Bob Dylan movie.
Oh, that's gonna be a big role too.
He's Bob Dylan. He's Dylan.
Oh,
Dylan
wow. Robert. Okay, so he's doing his thing, man.
Yeah. Interstellar.
He did Interstellar too.
Yep. Call Me by Your Name.
Oh, okay. Wow, he's got a resume.
So you get what I'm saying, Anthony? Hot right now. Those genders got a type, don't they?
They got game. Shit.
Who was Kendall dating when he was hot?
Travis
Booker.
Scott.
Nah, that was.
Well, no, I know Kylie was dating Travis Scott for a minute. They have a kid together. Who else is Kylie? She was her and Kim. I forgot the other one who was just getting cheated on by what's his face. Tristan Thompson was cheating on her left and right.
Who was dating? Yeah, somebody was dating Bad Bunny.
Kendall.
I
think that's Kendall.
She was dating Bad Bunny?
Yeah. She was
dating
Bad Bunny.
We let Bad Bunny down too.
Yeah, we let Bad Bunny.
Kardashian's getting passed the fuck around.
Devin Booker, I believe.
Yeah, she.
Devin was dating Kendall.
Blake Griffin was dating one of them.
Same one, I think. That's racist, Dylan.
These athletes really be dating the same chicks.
So,
Dylan Roberto Barreto.
Oh, he's gonna hate that. He's gonna hate that.
Dylan is Bob Dylan, yo. I can't get over it.
Oh, too bad. Hey, Roz, James, too bad none of this ever happened because it's not real. It's
it happened in the chat.
It didn't happen in the chat. It's not real. This night never happened. Just want you to know that this night never happened. Roz is not here.
It would be Anthony.
Yeah, what is this conversation that y'all had? Because I remember I was talking. Who I was talking to is saying like, "Oh, if it didn't happen in the chat, it didn't happen." Apparently, you had a conversation with Roz about that shit. Like, what was that all about?
It was when I had said Mike had said something. Remember, he was like, I actually said it. I was like, you probably did, but I remember Mike saying it on the pod, and then that's when Mike chimed in saying, if it doesn't happen in the chat, it never happened because Rob said that in that argument.
Yes, because you remember, I don't know if it's been a week now or 2 weeks when the Yankees played the Rockies. And on the show, me and Dylan predicted that if the Yankees lose a game to Colorado, Roz is going to lose his mind. And then the Yankees lost the first game, and Roz didn't lose his mind, but he immediately went on his Roz Yankees stink, disgrace, blah, blah, blah. And then the Yankees promptly blew Colorado out the second game and then won the third game. When they won, I think it was the third game that I said something. I don't think it was when they were blowing them out. But one of those two games, I said Roz, as usual, quiet when the Yankees are doing it. And
he said, I spoke to my guy at the bar about it.
He said, I spoke to a guy at the bar about it. Yes, because he said that I didn't say anything when the Yankees lost, which is not true because me and Dylan talked about it on the pod. And I said that should have been on the pod and you would have heard what I said. And Roz went into this whole thing about talking to a guy at the bar. So he said something and he wasn't with because I said it on the pod and not in the chat. It's not law. It doesn't exist. So since then, I've just been trolling him because if it happens here on the pod, it just doesn't exist. When I told him, as James has done, me and James have gotten in arguments about what was and was not said on the pod. What did me and James do? We went back and rolled the tape back and saw what was said. And I just simply said to Ron, there's nothing stopping you from watching the show. But because as Rod says, I love his phrase of admitting when you're wrong is rat poison in this chat. And it is, it's rat poison. He won't. And now he just plays dumb because now it's just, we already hashed this out and whatever. Okay. All right. It's cool. It's cool. Just know. All
the comments choose that.
just know that if it happens on the pod, it doesn't exist. It's not real life. If Rod's it's not real life. So that's where that comes from. I'll also explain the other situation to you when we get off air to Anthony about him answering questions.
Oh man.
Boy, oh boy.
It's like the funny thing is like I think about like I done got into it everybody in this chat. I mean in this group except Roz, and I'm just kind of happy about that. Because just being a spectator to all y'all back and forth with him, I'm just like, nah, I can't do that.
Let me
I
say,
can't. I remember the Mike. I think you might have had the worst one because there was a time. I kid you not. No exact. No. Hold up. I went out to the club before, right when I was getting ready to go out to the club. You and Ron were arguing. I kid you not. I was leaving New Haven and y'all were still arguing. Y'all were on FaceTime. And I was like, there is no fucking way these people are still arguing. I done went to the club, had drinks, got rejected like 4 times, like literally getting into my car to go home. And these motherfuckers are still arguing. What is going on?
I mean, yeah, they definitely was going on for hours. You and Dylan were arguing about something for like 3 days one time, like all week. Remember that one?
Yeah.
It was about all week. And I was like, guys, it's been a week. Can we like this, please?
It is. It's funny looking back at it.
Dylan definitely has had the worst arguments. Him and Roz's arguments.
Those are exhausting. Bro. Those are exhausting to read.
Cause yeah, I'll read that shit, and it's just like it's a never-ending just wheel of just thoughts that just keep recycling over and over and over again. Like, and it just doesn't stop. Like,
it's just counters on top of counters on top of counters.
Instead of just saying, all right, you got it. But as I learned this week, there's a reason why you don't do that with Roz. You just don't do that with them.
I'm one of the very few, if not the only one in the chat that have gotten Roz to admit he was wrong about something.
I don't know how you did it.
Because he was wrong, Anthony. There was nothing he could do.
Oh, listen, Mike. With all the back and forth I didn't see y'all with, listen, he found a way many times. Found a way many times with y'all.
He does find a way, even when he's wrong, to still argue you down like he's not wrong. Finds a minute detail, and you are now arguing about something completely different.
I got it out.
And that is it. You have to close every door and patch every hole. Because if you don't, he's gonna get you. He's gonna get you. This is also why I think that's why he frustrates Dylan more than anything, is because Dylan will be right about 99% of what they're talking about.
That point
but
one.
That one. Oh, he have Dylan in shambles about that
1%. Yo, when it gets down to the point when the frustration hits, you can always tell with Dylan because it's like you're a fucking asshole because now you're just playing with him and Mike. When they get to the point of like when Mike is your Mike's thing is you're insulting my intelligence. That's the thing with Mike. You're insulting my intelligence. You've hit the point. And being a fucking asshole, I'm done. That's what Mike with Dylan is when he doesn't answer any questions. That is the end all be all.
That is it. When Rod starts that I'm not answering questions game with Dylan, you can just put the angry guy from Inside Out. You can just prop that there. That's Dylan. because
I have to admit I'm wrong.
and that's how all arguments with Roz has to end. You have to admit that 1% was wrong, and then he just goes, "Okay, just like rat poison to you. Just say that you're wrong." But what about the parts? What about the parts that you were wrong about, Roz? Ain't nobody talking about that. Ain't nobody talking about that.
It was I forget what argument it was, but Dylan had Roz dead to rights. I mean, dead to rights. But Dylan let up, right? Roz had already admitted, you know what, you're right, I'm wrong. But Dylan, he didn't necessarily say that, but he was right at the point of saying it, and Dylan wouldn't let up. And Roz was like, see, people just like to grind you in the dust, and you know what? I'm not gonna admit it now. Because Dylan was right at he didn't want to let it go, and Dylan was trying to get him to admit it. Just admit it. You're wrong. And he was like, see, people just try to like they grind you into dust. And you know what? Now I'm not gonna admit it. And I was just cracking up, bro.
Dylan's getting mad right now. Dylan's getting mad right now, thinking about all the times that Roz has done this.
It's the shot around.
It's a fact, though. When Roz is engaged in an argument, no one's in the chat more than Roz. Roz is there, waiting, going. As soon as it's time for Roz to admit something wrong, gone.
Poof.
And then pop up 45 minutes or an hour later, just picking up the conversation like
engage. Yep.
Where you at? Where you go?
The meme that Mike uses when the guy raising his arms and then boosted the smoke.
Gone.
Oh man,
he's mad right now. Look, I'm furious.
He is. Dylan is thinking about it, and he's mad right now.
Boiling.
Right now. Roz has actually been quiet today. I'm shocked he didn't hop in here during the during the game, but I'm sure he'll pop up tomorrow. He's a little bit more active on the weekends, so
he'll pop in tomorrow morning. Surprised how the game ended. Yep.
There he is.
Told you, Trinity. He's the one.
That would be yes. Go ahead, Dylan. Go ahead.
Yeah, drop the meme. It'll be the 50 Cent meme, Mike.
Yeah. Roz will just wake up.
Yep.
And just be like, and just see that and be like,
I'm like, what do you say? Fuck me.
All right, so we're gonna get on out of here. It is 1:00 in the morning. It's a Thursday night, not a Friday, so still work to be done tomorrow. But we will be back Sunday. Hopefully, Dylan's computer is fixed by Sunday, since he decides to break his computer 48 hours before the NBA Finals.
Shaking my head.
I hope your fingers have welts on them from working with Allen keys. I hope you drop a little screw right in the fan.
and it bends the blade.
Yep.
But join us. I am Big Mike. That is Breezy. Anthony, we're here. We will see you Sunday night.
Yes, we will.
Oh, come on, Dylan. Come on, man.
The
Come on.
finals is every 3 days.
Bring it in, Dylan. Bring
Bring
it
it. I know. Bring it in.
Bring it in.
It's all peace and love here, man. Come on.